A lot of speed there. You can hit the ball, you can. I hate all these generic YouTube buzzwords to get the psychology of the viewer. You can hit the ball great. Let's just cut to the chase. If you just do what I'm about to tell you in today's video, you're gonna hit it far, straight, all the stuff that you hear at the beginning of every golf tip YouTube video. But there's something different about this one because you don't see this one on YouTube. What we're talking about is how to move the body in a unique way to get the club to sling through impact at a high rate of speed straight to your target. So I'm gonna get over it, get into this position, and boom, rifle it. That seems like 3 steps, but it's actually gonna be a lot simpler than get over it, get into this position, and rifle it. We're looking at the golf swing from a different perspective. And when you can get the club where I'm talking about to slingshot it through impact, ooh, the rifling will happen. The first thing we look at when striking the ball really powerful, that position you saw me starting from. I begin from a centered position with my shoulders, hips, and knees. With my shoulders, hips, and knees in a straight line. And when I keep my body over the ball, this enables me to take a divot after the ball. So when you get set up, make sure your elbows are together, your body is over it. We're gonna swing from this over position. But the second thing, this is the biggest. We need to learn the magic tilt formula. And we're gonna get the club in this awesome position. So to hit the ball well, we've got to have tilt to the ground because we start with tilt here. We've got to have tilt at the top, and at impact, we keep our tilt, and through impact, we keep our tilt. This is a necessary non-negotiable for playing great golf because it helps us hit the ball in the center of the club face, allows the club to strike the ground, optimizes power, all those good things. Everything you want comes from tilt in golf. So we look at tilt first, but the second thing is, what is the arm doing and what's the club doing? So when I get to the top, I want the club in a shallow position so I can deliver my club right back to the ball. It's the same feeling you get if you were standing up level and you had the club in this position where it's perfectly shallow, not vertical, and we were to swing it back and through on this shallow line. It's really easy to create a lot of speed from here standing level. But when I tilt over, the feel changes. I'm going to take that same feeling to the top. This is where I'd be if I was level and I was tilted. Now getting into this position is most powerful because when we swing, it allows us to keep our tilt for great contact, and we can swing harder by keeping the club in this position because the club goes on a path that's to the ball. It doesn't go on a path that's straight down. And that requires us to look at the golf swing this way. From this view, from the front view, as I swing back to get into this money position, and you can look in a mirror doing this drill, go to the top, and what you see is the club shaft is perpendicular to my spine, so it's like 45 degrees to the sky. My left arm too is also in that position. My thumb is 45 degrees to the sky. You can see the shoulder is down. So one other thing, my right arm is connected. So my body is working doing this. The elbows are staying together, that's the connection piece, and the tilt is happening. So I'm connected with tilt, and the club is at this shallow angle. From there, you can see how I go right back to the ball. And the way you hit the ball is you take your lead arm and you accelerate it hard. On this path, you think thumb 45 degrees to the sky. You keep the arm in that position, you accelerate it hard into the ball. As we're accelerating that hard into the ball, what's gonna happen is this club is gonna get rifled through impact. So I accelerate it hard, what happens? Boom. The club squares up, the right arm pushes hard through the ball, and you get a beautiful feeling strike. Now, cameraman's gonna take this camera behind us, not in front of us just yet. I don't even know if I could film that position. We'll try. But just to see how the tilt in the arm works. The shaft perpendicular to the spine and pulling that arm through towards the target. This club just unloads. Don't think lower body. Don't think about where the weight's going. You're just gonna keep the weight forward. Don't think about turning your hips. Just think when you get to the top, pull down towards the target. Let the club unload into the ground. It's a sensation like you would have if you took an alignment stick and you were just trying to swing it as fast as possible into the ground. To create a lot of a whoosh out in front of you. I can't do that back here. That's chopping. But the way I do this, get to the top, throw that arm this way towards the target. So you're going to see me get some tilt here. I start with the tilt for the backswing, and then I unload everything by ripping that lead arm towards the target, rifling it. Beautiful shot right there. And from the front view, if you were facing me from this direction, you would see the spine tilted, and you'd see this starting down with the arms and the shoulders all the way through. Get your tilt, rifle it. Some feels that are really valuable here. When I say get your tilt, all I mean is I'm keeping the tilt I have here at address. And the way I keep that, I'm physically dipping my shoulder down. My front shoulder is going down. But you don't see that from the front view. You know, from the front view, you're going to see this. But you will see from this view a full tilt of my spine towards the target, while from the front I look vertical. So it's quite a drop. It's an actual drop. It is an actual tilt. But one thing I will do while tilting, I keep my head in place. So I tilt with my head in place. That keeps you centered for good contact and more shoulder turn. So we're going to tilt, rifle. I'm gradually tilting more till I get the club into this position and I rifle it. You don't have to worry about what the body's going to do in the downswing. When you start rifling that left arm through like this, that club, it starts accelerating and causes the rest of your body to work faster. So it's almost like we're at the top and I say, fling the lead arm towards the target and then let everything else kick and follow behind it. And it goes really fast. You can see my hips turning really fast there, even though I'm not thinking about them. All right, we're gonna try one from camera over here a little bit. A great way to show this, once again, you can see the spine tilt. I'm not level, that's my spine tilted there. And then you're gonna see me rifle the arm through at a high rate of speed, and the hips will follow. A lot of speed there. So the feels to create this tilt at the top and tilt all the way to the top and then rifle that arm through. The rifling of the arm is this way. Doesn't pull down, it's pulling this way. With the tilt, it's the same feeling. You're pulling more that way, not down. That's a huge difference in how you hit the ball. And I've got my free mini course, Become a Great Ball Striker. 17 videos, 45 minutes of content. Shows you the top 3 keys you need to be a great ball striker. Check it out in the description and comments below. Really gets you started into this type of easier, more powerful way of swinging. Just ripping it. I liken it to storing up all your power with this tilt because the body starts working. Head in place, tilt, everything's stored, and then rip it. Just you light the match with that lead arm. Oh, I farted. I actually farted on camera. You light the match with this lead arm, and then you rip that lead arm, and it causes everything else to shoot out of the can at a high rate of speed. Some of my regular viewers may be wondering, why after talking about using my right shoulder so much recently, why are we now talking about the left? Well, your shoulders are interconnected. So as I pull my right shoulder around, the left shoulder is allowed to be pulled around and the hips turn. So you look at the shoulders working together, I can move them independently, and I should work on getting them together with the power of my elbows staying together. So if I think, start with my right shoulder or my left, it doesn't matter as long as my elbows are together. See, both will move. Now, in this particular feeling, I like left arm because it helps me keep the shaft shallow. It's a lot easier to keep the shaft shallow with my thumbs like that. So it's just a different feel for the same application. Because, you know, there's many different ways for people to learn the golf swing and get certain swing feels to accomplish the same objective. And so this helps us accomplish that objective in just a little bit of a different way. Boom. That is a beauty. We could keep doing this all day. I can't describe how important that tilt feel is enough. Like I feel like my head is down here even though it's centered. I just feel like I'm all the way over here, but I know I'm centered because I'm striping it. And when I get that, I feel like the hips are really turned. The hips have gone a ton, all from this tilt and head in place. I can just feel the body's working around that point. So this is a really powerful, unique way to look at the swing that allows you to slingshot for tons of power. Keep up the great work out there, Saguto golfers, and I'll see you in a future episode.